Timberwolves offseason trade proposal lands. Trae Young after Landry Fields firing. Should the Timberwolves trade for Trae Young? The Minnesota Timberwolves made a questionable trade when they sent Karl Anthony Towns to the New York Knicks last offseason. The team sacrificed a lot of three-point shooting and offensive pop when they made that deal. Julius Randle was the centerpiece of what they returned in the trade, but he has had an up-and-down season with the Timberwolves. A lot of Timberwolves fans have advocated for the team to flip Randle again, and now that the Atlanta Hawks seem to be going in a new direction after firing their general manager, it is possible that Trae Young will be on the trading block. So what could a Young for Randle deal look like between the Timberwolves and the Hawks? Timberwolves trade proposal for Trae Young. Timberwolves receive. Trae Young Hawks receive. Julius Randle, Mike Conley, Rob Dillingham, 2025 first-round pick via Detroit, 2028 first-round pick swap options. The Timberwolves impressed in their first playoff game of the year. They beat the Los Angeles Lakers by a score of 117-95. If they can keep up that level of play, then they will be a tough out this postseason. However, the team struggled late in the regular season, and Randle's fit on the roster has been questioned all year. It is possible that the Timberwolves will again make a blockbuster deal in the offseason if things don't go according to plan the rest of the way through these playoffs. While an expensive roster and a lack of draft capital won't make this easy, Minnesota has never before been so close to contending before, so they will want to ensure that they get the right pieces around Anthony Edwards going forward. Young would be quite the co-star for Edwards, as both rank among the best players in the NBA. The three-point shooting that was lost when Towns was traded would be more than replaced by Young. Additionally, the point guard just led the league in assists per game, 11.6. His playmaking ability would be beneficial on a team with another star who needs shots like Edwards and with a center like Rudy Gobert, who is limited to interior finishing. Speaking of Gobert, he is one of many players on the Timberwolves roster who contribute to one of the best defensive units in basketball. Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Jalen Clark are all elite defenders too. And Dante DiVincenzo and Naz Reid hold their own on that end as well. Young is one of the worst defenders in the NBA, which is why the Hawks' ceiling is somewhat capped. His weaknesses would be masked by such a long and active team that wreaks havoc on the less glamorous end of the court, though. Gobert, in particular, is a four-time Defensive Player of the Year, so he'd make up for a lot of Young's shortcomings. What Young can and cannot do is pretty clear. He is one of the best offensive players in the league because he can score and assist almost at will, but it has become clear that he will always struggle with defense. Knowing that, the Timberwolves seem like one of the best fits in the NBA for the Oklahoma product. The Timberwolves just so happen to need some of what Young provides, especially because the point guard position is easily their weakest. Could the Hawks get more back in a trade involving Trae Young? It isn't clear if the Hawks would consider trading Trae Young or how much trade value he would hold. Only securing one unprotected first-round pick doesn't seem like a lot for a four-time All-Star. Then again, the Dallas Mavericks only added one first-rounder when they traded Luka Doncic, and a lot of teams might not value Young to the degree of multiple picks because of his lack of defense. Still, the Hawks can likely get more back for Young if they were to embrace a rebuild. The San Antonio Spurs and Orlando Magic, for example, could use Young's services and have a lot more to trade than the Timberwolves do. Even so, this wouldn't be the worst trade package for the former number 5 overall pick. Although Randle is a polarizing player due to his questionable shot selection and inconsistent scoring, he is still a three-time All-Star who has averaged 20-plus points per game 5 times in his career. His bully ball style would be a welcomed change in Atlanta in comparison to Young's finesse game. Additionally, Rob Dillingham would be an exciting young player to invest in. The Timberwolves added Dillingham in the first round of the 2024 NBA draft, and he showed flashes of greatness as a rookie. Dillingham suffers from a lot of the same deficiencies as Young, with size and defense being the main two concerns, but he has the offensive pop to develop into a scorer posterior facilitator, similar to the player he'd be replacing in Atlanta. The Hawks probably should hold out for more if they were interested in trading Young away, but the point guard would certainly fit in well with the Timberwolves.